Hello, everyone. This is Coach Glad, your business and life empowerment coach. I'm here today to teach you how to start a business in 30 days. Today is day 8. What we're going to be learning today is about merchant accounts, business cards, and flyer designs. With this series, my goal is to demystify all that information that's out there on how to start a business. I'm going to give you practical steps on how to start your business. Our last lesson was day 7. What we learned was about business bank accounts, Google Voice number, and pricing for your goods and services. Today's lesson is a part of our operation is a merchant account. What is a merchant account? A merchant account is a third-party bank account that allows you to accept credit cards. This is super convenient nowadays because most people don't carry cash on them. Them being able to use their card only helps your business. It helps with convenience and just gives them a better feel about your business. There's different types of merchant accounts. There are ones that the bank has. Then there's two that I like in particular. It's PayPal and Square. I like it because of low cost, low maintenance costs, and in the flexibility that you have versus using a merchant bank account. Now, all three have different options. All three have a mobile option that you're able to plug into your phone and swipe cards. And then you have actually standstill credit card terminals that you can use for your brick and mortar business. Now, there are a lot of similarities and there are a lot of differences between the actual bank merchant accounts and PayPal or Square. Similarities, all of them are around the same processing fees. They all have mobile device options and they all can be added onto your website. So people can go onto your website and they can follow your customer process and pay for your goods and services right online. The reason why I like PayPal and Square is with the website option, they seem to be more compatible around different website platforms versus certain bank accounts. They're not all compatible with certain website platforms. In addition, if you have to leave your bank for whatever reason, having all of your stuff with your bank really limits you and keeps you from leaving the bank. Versus PayPal and Square, as long as you have a bank account, you can change banks and change bank accounts. They make it very easy to change things. Now, with the difference, there's time to transfer the actual money from the third-party bank into your bank account. Of course, with the bank, it's going to be a lot quicker utilizing the bank's merchant account because it's going to be automatically deposited the next day or the next business day for you. PayPal takes about 2 to 3 business days, and Square, depending on the time that you swipe, you can get it the next day. But if it's late in the evening, it'll probably go in the following business day. Now, with banks, there are monthly maintenance fees versus PayPal and Square. There aren't really any maintenance fees. But there are different fees for higher transaction among all three. So if you're 2,500 and up transactions, you may be paying a different fee for anything for 25 and under. Cool thing about PayPal is PayPal gives you an electronic invoice option. This is really cool. You can send invoices, you can put your logo on, your tax information, your business address, contact information. You can actually design your invoice with their template, and it makes your business look very, very professional. And now PayPal has an option where you can save it as a PDF and send it as an email attachment for those that need to print it out, or you can send an electronic invoice that allows the buyer to pay for the actual goods or service right on the invoice, or it'll take them to PayPal to finish up their transaction. Now, what you would need to sign up for a Square or a PayPal, all you need is an email address, smartphone, and a bank account. Go on to PayPal and Square online and sign up utilizing that information. It only takes a few minutes. However, verifying your bank account may take up to 3-5 days, so you won't be able to do transactions immediately. Well, you'll be able to do transactions, but it won't be transferred into your bank account until after it's verified. Now, let's transition. Let's start talking about business cards. Business cards are huge, huge, huge. I think they're very valuable. Some people may not think so. I think they're very valuable because it's a marketing tool that gives a first impression for your business. The first time you meet someone, even if it's on a personal level, you hand them a business card because it has your contact information on it. Down here, I have that it establishes a professional presence. If you're meeting someone for the first time, they don't know you from a can of paint, and you tell them that you are in business, you want them to give you money and all this stuff, and you don't have a business card, the person's going to be on edge. Having the business card establishes a professional presence and puts the buyer at ease, knowing that, okay, this person is professional, depending on your business card. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Your business card is also a tangible way to convey your contact information, and it's a quick representation of your business, and it differentiates you from your competition. Now, the standard size for a business card is 2 inch by 3 inch. So it's 2 inches in height and 3 inches in width. You want the color, the feel, and the design to be very unique to you and your company, but also you want it to be consistent with your industry. What this means is you want to add a little bit of your personality into it. For example, if you are an accountant, you don't need a lot of color and flair on your business card. You want to be consistent because that implies that your business is a stable, firm business. Versus if you're a graphic designer or an interior designer, having a lot of flair may work to your advantage because that's consistent with your industry. Now, you want your font size to be anywhere from 9 to 15 point font. You want it to be legible. You want the person to be able to read your card information and get in contact with you. You want to make it as easy as possible to locate that type of information. So you want to make sure that your contact information, title, name is anywhere from 12 to 15 point font, depending on how much information you're going to have on your business card. If you're going to list your products and services, you want that to be no less than 10 point font. Now, the font type. The font type, you want it to be consistent with your industry. Again, it goes back to if your industry is known for flair, add flair. If your industry is known for its reliability, you want it to be strict and more conservative. Now, the paper thickness. Paper thickness is very important. If you go out and get the cards that you could buy from any office supply store, it gives a very, very bad impression of your business because the paper is usually very thin and flimsy, and then you see the little serrated edges on the side. When you give that to someone, you are telling them, hey, that my business is flimsy. The business card is probably the only thing starting out in business, you don't want to skim on. You want to spend as much money as possible, as much money as you can, to make sure that you have a business card that you are in love with. You can't just like it. You want to love your business card because you love your business. And the more confident you are in giving out your business card, people sense that, and they become more confident in doing business with you. But if you have a card that you don't really like, people will sense that also, and they will think that represents how you feel about your business. So make sure that you spend the most money and time on your business card design. It could take a while, but work one-on-one with a graphic designer. Any bad business card you're not going to hand out. And that becomes a big waste of time, a big waste of money, and it really limits you on how you can market. However, if you're proud of your business card, people will sense that. The minimum card stock you want to focus on is having 16 point. There's 14 point card stock, there's 16 point, and there's 18 point. 18 point is very, very thick and rigid. It may work for some people, but the minimum you want is 16 point card stock. Now, there's different types of business cards. There are different types of designs. There's rounded corners, there's raised fine, and then there's what is called spot UV that puts gloss on certain areas that you choose and to highlight. You want to make sure that you try out as many samples as possible and make sure that you really, really love your business card. See what works. Personally, I like a matte finish versus a glossy finish, but a glossy finish may work depending on your industry. But all of this, you can talk to your graphic designer or whoever's printing your business card out to help you make your decision. And there's also what is called a test print. Your business card will be printed out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper on the actual business card size, so you can see what it looks like. Utilize the test print. Really, really utilize that, so you can see if the font is too small, if there's any grammatical errors that you miss viewing it on your computer, and just see how it looks in hand. You can cut out the card, see how it looks in hand with that. But utilize the test print. Now we're going to talk about flyer design. Some people say that flyers are antiquated, but I believe that learning the principles on how to design a flyer is very, very important. And because the flyer is the largest marketing tool that you can use to let people know about your business, and learning how to do it the right way makes it easy for people to get in contact with you and to want to do business with you. It's a good way to invite people for special events, and you can use it as email attachments. But having the flyers printed out by a professional, FedEx office, Office Depot, Office Max, wherever, can be very, very expensive. You can get away with having going out and buying the really nice paper, thicker paper, not necessarily cardstock. You can use cardstock, but having a thicker paper, as bright as you can get it, and you really want it to be bright, bright white, super, super white. The brighter the white, the more the colors are going to pop off of the page, versus it having more of a yellow tint. It's not really going to pop. It's not going to really look attractive. Now, the way that flyers are read by everyone, people skim from the top left-hand corner to the bottom right. So you want to follow that line when you're designing your flyer. You can utilize the color red to highlight certain things. Red is a very, very powerful color, and it should be used sparingly. And you can use it to highlight the 3 most important things on your flyer, and which we're going to talk about on the next slide. But you want to have your title in the top corners. And then you want to have your special offer or anything like that. You want to reserve that for the middle, and then contact information at the bottom. You can also put it in reverse order, but people's eyes are going to follow that line of sight. And you can utilize a picture to draw attention. If you don't have a compelling title, utilize a picture. But you want to make sure that it doesn't take over the paper and that you're limited the size of it and how many pictures you actually have on. Now, the three most important things that you want to highlight: compelling title or picture. With the title, you want it to be able to explain why should they join you, why or how are they going to benefit, and why or how does it relate to them. So make sure that your title says that. If you think about any advertisement that you've seen that really draws your attention, think about 6 figures in a year or lose 20 pounds now. Those draw people to read the rest of the advertisement. And then the second most important thing is a special offer, or this can be the most important thing. You can make it pop or with red, or you just have these be the biggest things on your flyer. The second thing that you want to make sure that you highlight is a special offer or the call to action. Special offer is a discount. The call to action is call now, call today, click here. Anything like that is a call to action. You're telling the person how to take action. You can combine the two. Call today and save 20%, or is an example of one. And then last but not least is the contact information. How are they going to get in contact with you? Are they going to visit your website? Are they going to email you? Are they going to call you? How are they going to take advantage of this special offer? You want to make sure that you're highlighting those three, either with size, color, the font, or different types of font. That completes our lesson for today. Thanks again for tuning in. If you like it, please hit like, subscribe to our channel. We have different videos that are going to be rolling out. Thanks again for your time. God bless. Bye.